Hey everybody, welcome back to the Avenue. Spirit fingers. These aren't spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers. I don't know where that just came from. Anyway, yeah, welcome back to the Avenue. Today's video we go over, I have an old set that I believe I actually have a video coming for. Don't quote me. There's so much film in my phone, y'all. So much film, okay? So don't quote me. Let's get right into the nail stuff. Ow. Ah. Sorry, Meg's Good News just came out and I'm in an abundance of bliss. You know what I mean? I'm feeling so fortunate, so blessed, so happy. You know, I get to buy. For the next few weeks, months, because I know she's gonna be still spitting hot fire, my guy. Dylan, you feel me? Spit hot fire. But anti-hoosies, back to the video. Back to the nails. Yes, we are gonna remove an old set. Easiest way to explain a removal, I'm gonna go over it kind of quickly. I think I have a removal video. If not, I will do one in more detail. But what I do, clip from, well, I'm gonna cut like on my personal nails. I know I'm gonna go kind of low. Let's see, like this is my real nail right now. But let's say I had a tip on top of it. I probably cut to like right here, you know, let me see. Like right where that nail meets that nail, you see? And take like probably toe scissors are the best. Toe clippers are the best, and you just kind of clip halfway on that side, clip halfway on the other side, or usually you can kind of just clip halfway on one side and the whole nail will just pop off. Then after you do that, you get your e-file or your hand file and you shave it down. You want to shave off that top coat that you put on there. And let's say you did a top layer of something and it's very thin, you want to take off that polish that's on there. Like all of that done before you add any acetone to this, because you don't want to over soak your fingers in acetone. It's going to dry your hands out. You're going to be looking dusty and ashy, and that ain't cute, okay? And if you don't have, and I think in this video, I can't tell right here, but I think that I had just used like aluminum foil in the house because I think this is like middle of COVID, so I couldn't go out and get my nail foils that I would normally use. So you can make do with what's in your house. Get a cotton ball, put it inside, like cut up a square of aluminum, get your cotton ball, well not the whole thing, just a little piece of it, put it in there, soak that with acetone, and then soak your finger in it. Will work just as well as these. And so as you see, like as time goes, each time that I've wrapped my fingers in the aluminum, I think I've set like a 15-minute timer. Typically by the time I am done with, like, let's say I'm starting my hands fresh, right? I just shaved everything down. As I shave this finger down, I'm putting the wrap on. Then I go to this finger and then put the wrap on. So then by the time I'm done and this whole hand has soaked for 15 minutes, after I've done this pinky, I feel like a significant amount of my acrylic is gone. And if I do have to do another layer, it's only about 10 minutes of me having to soak my fingers with the cotton ball and the aluminum, and then I'm able to take it off completely. Now let's say you're going to do another set right after this, then there's no need for you to take off every single speck unless you happen to be doing a clear set. Then I feel you, keep going, but you don't want to over exaggerate. You don't want to put that much pressure onto your nail beds, you know what I mean? You don't want to, like, an e-file or even you going back and forth, underneath this nail plate is very alive. You know what I mean? Back here is very alive. Back here is very alive, and that irritates. It can irritate your finger. After I've done and I've taken everything off, I've basically removed all the shine, so you won't see me do like a normal prep essentially, because my fingers are so dry at this point. I don't need to do the extra dehydrator. I think I still do, just because it's part of the process, but I don't really need to, like, at all. What else? I push my cuticles back. You're still gonna do that. You're still gonna push your cuticles back, or sorry, that skin is actually called your eponychium, that you push back, and that's what you're actually supposed to push back. And then when you push that back, what is exposed, and then you can remove that, like what I did. I removed it with a file, just real quick, done. Because then you're really ready to move on to the next process. So I cleaned my hands off, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. So typically, if I don't know what I'm gonna do, or if I have a client coming in, let's say, a couple of days, and they want something special, like for their birthday, for a baby shower, I will take that time ahead of time and design a couple of things out and see if they like it, with a couple of different options or whatever, to kind of see which way I'm gonna go. And for the life of me, I could not figure out what I wanted to do with my nails, so I drew it out. I don't even think I stayed 100% to that plan, like honestly at all. I think I combined several other things I said that I wanted, and then I made something out of that. So yeah, I did end up dehydrating. I didn't need to. YN protein bomb. YN gang, 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 gang. I live by it. I live by it. Feel me? Period, boo. I still got acrylic on my fingers. I'm fairly sure I used their core white, and not the speed white. It looks, of course, speedy here. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It's YN, I know that. It's one of their whites. Y'all, I have so much of their powder. It's ridiculous. And then I decided that shaping is hard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front. So I just kind of started doing this, where I cut the shape that I want after, especially if I don't know what shape I want yet. Sometimes I'll be forming a nail and be like, I don't know what shape I want to do. Then after it starts to semi-harden, then I cut into it and then make whatever shape I want. I mean, it's way cleaner. You just got to remember to pinch after you cut. Make sure you make a nice hard C curve. That's the part that I always forget, especially with these forms, because you'll see as the video goes on, the paper undoes itself, and then as that's being done, like, it seems so silly, but as that's being done, instead of it going from like a sharp C, that whole looking like a U. You know what I mean? It looks crazy. I realized too that how I did the left hand, I didn't do the right hand. So there will be two different videos. Basically, the other video will more focus on how to do your dominant hand with your non-dominant hand. So this one is me doing my non-dominant with my dominant. So in this one, I did this finger, this finger, this finger, and this finger white, and this finger had the custom glitter. But on this hand, it is completely different, so make sure you tune into that video to see how that ended up looking. Also, another tip, you see my monomer is getting cloudy, right? I don't know, you guys may have seen when people color their monomer, just to make it come up a different color, like you use clear with it and it'll come up the color of the monomer. So what I didn't want to happen when I went to either cap the white or when I went to do the middle finger was that there was still white acrylic, like dust, essentially, like in the monomer. So yeah, so actually you won't see me dump it out, but you will see kind of like a piece of the clip, and you'll see the monomer there, and it is clearer again because I dumped it out so that I could have a really clear lay. I didn't want like a smoky effect, or you know, I didn't want it to look clear. I wanted it to be crystal clear. Okay. The sides up of my nails, reshape them up, making them look a little nice and snatched and stuff. And that was all while this finger was still setting. So once I was done and this finger was done setting, you'll see me take out my Fire Flame stickers, my pink ones. I have a couple of different colors, but this one kind of went with the color scheme I was going for. So I'll take out those flames, and they were so hard to get off of the backing of that thing. So enjoy them clips, child. Y'all lucky I had to fast forward through them. I promise you I spent 10 minutes on one finger trying to get it off of, of that piece of paper. And so now before I go to cap them, I'm going over them with the e-file so that I make sure I have no bumps and lumps, and that if you do, right, let's say you do, if you put clear on top of anything, it kind of really showcases it, which I didn't realize when I was first like capping white, especially. You can see the ridges. It looks like a snow mountain or something. Like, and if that's not intentionally, you know, what you're trying to do, then it's looking crazy to you, and that's how it looks. So definitely had to shave that off, and now I'm capping it like a cap and gown. And so after I filed them and I capped them, then I again, of course, file them so that they can be beautiful. And after I do that, I put the top coat on. So I am not done though. I put this top coat on, specifically the D&D, because it has a tacky top layer, and I'm going to put a chrome from Born Pretty on top of the whites, so that like when I you know, it has like a little pizzazz to it. This is it, y'all. This is the end. This is the end video, end clips. Ta-da! I hope y'all loved it. Thank you guys for taking another trip down the avenue, and I will see you guys in my next video.